Texas are slab on grade, and there's a few special things you need to know about selecting a floor for that type of environment. Let's take a closer look at these floors, and let me tell you about how we install these. As I mentioned, we're on a slab on grade here in Texas. And so when you're on slab on grade, there's a few things you want to do differently than if you're installing a standard wood floor over a wood subfloor. Number one, let's look at the width of these boards. We've got varying widths here from about 4 to 8 inches on this pecan floor. And when you've got those wider planks, you really need to be taking some extra caution to make sure you're not going to have cupping in the future on a floor like this. So this is my favorite way to do it. I like these engineered boards like this. If you look at this crosscut right here, you can see we've got a substrate of plywood. The total thickness on that is about 5/8 of an inch thick. And our wear layer from the tongue up is solid pecan. But with that thin layer of pecan at the top, at the wear layer, the rest being plywood, it really means that we're not as susceptible to changes in moisture or humidity. And then ultimately, this floor is actually glued down on top of the concrete where we are underneath us. I like to put my floors down early so that then I can put my baseboards, my cabinets, any moldings directly on top of that wood floor and not have to use a shoe mold later on. And then the guys at Hardwood Designs came in and sanded and finished this floor. We used a Bona Traffic satin on this floor, which is a great floor finish. I use this quite often. I like the satin in particular. Like if you look at that sheen behind me, it's got a little bit of sheen, but it doesn't show nearly as much of the kind of scratches and other things.
For that hardwood floor, but it's not going to stay perfect forever. If you live in your home, it's going to look lived in, and that's okay. Hardwood floors with a few scratches and a few imperfections, in my opinion, look better than a perfectly, newly laid hardwood floor. So don't be too picky about it. Do put those little felt tips on your furniture and things like that so you don't make huge scratches. But if you want to keep it shiny, here's what you do. Either in a bucket or a spray bottle, I fill this bottle up with mostly water, and then I put about a cup of vinegar in it. This is an excellent way to clean your floor. It's an excellent disinfectant. It's extremely inexpensive, and it's what's recommended by most hardwood flooring companies. This is what you're going to clean with weekly or, every other week. You're just going to spray vinegar and water. Of course, you want to sweep or vacuum the floor first. If you have pets, I suggest vacuuming because you'll pick up the pet hair instead of just spreading it around. So you just want to mop your floors with vinegar and water every week or every other week. You can buy this stuff, Orange Glow. There's tons of different commercial hardwood floor cleaners. They're a little more pricey, but they do smell good. So some people really like the smell of things like this, and that's perfectly fine. The thing you need to watch for is if it contains wax, the wax is going to build